everybody, and welcome to the Table Tokens live stream. Um, we are starting a little bit later today, so let's jump straight into it. The party may just be able to make it through to the final chamber this round. So, without further ado, the last session, the party was starting off on what appeared to be the last set of puzzles in this dungeon. The first one being which they walked down a staircase and were unable to figure out what to do to reach the door, reaching it eventually, but it looks like it may make the final fight a little more challenging. So, they just recently entered a room, just barely, with three statues facing the door. One of a gnome, seated gnome holding a spear and a set of scales, an elven archer, and a dwarven statue with a very old and beaten up battle axe. So, party, you've just entered this room. What would you like to do?
Oops.
So,
detect magic.
Okay. The scales that the gnome is holding, the unbalanced scales, are magical. In fact, there's a magical aura from both the elven statue and the gnome statue, specifically the set of scales on the gnome statue, the entire elven statue, and the pedestal of the dwarven statue.
Very well. My friends, it looks like the scales on the gnome and the entire elven statue and the pedestal for the dwarf are all magic.
Do you know what type of magic?
So the pedestal on the dwarf is almost in let's see, some of these are difficult to place, but the closest school of magic for the set of scales would be abjuration. A slight abjuration aura from the elf as well, and a slight abjuration aura from the pedestal of the dwarf.
Very
Can I
well.
go up to the elf statue and get a closer look at it and see if I see anything interesting? Investigate.
Most definitely. Make an investigation roll, or if you'd like, I can roll that for you.
I got it. My dice is already on a 20. Can we count that?
Sure.
19.
A very beautiful statue, very well carved, very fine craftsmanship. But aside from that, there don't seem to be any hidden compartments or hidden mechanisms or anything of that sort.
I'm going to step forward and investigate the portcullis and the iron grate.
Okay.
I will assist in that.
Okay. You don't need to make an investigation check for these. They're a very standard portcullis and a very standard iron mesh, just blocking the way through to this door.
Do we see any kind of mechanism that is linked to?
You do not. Though, Helen, you notice a faint magical aura around the portcullis. It matches the magical aura around the unbalanced scales in the gnome's hand.
Hey, Andrew. Our map is black. I don't know if you have Fog of War on for us for some reason.
I see it.
Try scrolling up, Sherrick.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing. I can see when he pings as colored pings, but the map is black for...
Oh, you might need to reload your roll 20.
6,
Okay.
14. Let's see. Let me try something here real quick for you, Sherrick.
Also, make sure that you're in Andrew's campaign and not Steven's. That might...
Yeah, I've been seeing it ping, and I can see all 5 of us are logged in. I just see what it's pinging on.
That is interesting.
Yeah, try reloading your roll 20. It sounds like your client is having a problem.
I did. It's still black. Whatever. I saw it briefly before it reloaded to black. So
I suppose what you could do, if you would like, is go watch the stream, and you'll get the map, but it will be like 5 or 7 seconds delayed.
It will also take more bandwidth. We'll just go with the description.
Okay. All right.
All right.
We'll
Are there any descriptions?
blindness.
Are there any inscriptions in this room?
No inscriptions.
I'm going to
Very
stand on the scales.
Okay, they move. So as you move to what are you trying to do anything specific with the scales? Balance them, unbalance them more?
Specific, like, okay, is there a left side and a right
Are
side?
they balanced now?
There is, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stand on the side that's already lower.
Okay. It tips the scales even further in an unbalanced state. That's it.
Okay, then I'm gonna hop on the other side and see if it balances out.
It does balance out, and as it balances out, this portcullis, let me make sure that I'm on the right one. This portcullis here rises. Let's see, so the elf fires its arrow across the room into a small slit in the stone. That is right here, right above the door that you entered.
Shoot.
And you hear a clicking sound from the dwarf statue.
I'm going to go over and investigate the dwarf statue.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Can I just go passive in this case?
Sure. It seems movable now. You can rotate the dwarf statue. You can't push it around, but you can turn it.
I will attempt to rotate it 90 degrees.
Okay, rotates 90 degrees. Okay, nothing happens as the dwarf statue comes to a halt facing this wall. Still rotatable.
Keep rotating it.
Okay, as it faces this direction, you hear another click as this steel mesh right here drops into the ground, opening up this area, and a portion of the floor right here falls down and goes inward, revealing a large keyhole.
All right. I'm going to go over and investigate the keyhole with my magic.
Okay. And well, with your passive perception, you would know, just a quick point, the statues are stone, except for the large metal battle axe that the dwarf is holding, which is very beaten up and metal. It does not appear to be part of the statue.
I'd like to investigate this battle axe.
Okay.
Take it.
Make an investigation check.
I'd like to hop off the scales
Yeah, see what
and
happens.
see if it's okay for me to move away.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
As you
I'm going
hop
to
off,
remove the battle axe.
the battle axe removes. You hop off the scales, they stay balanced. So
Okay.
it seems you can move.
I'm going to walk over to the keyhole, and I'm going to use... Hold on one second. Okay. I'm going to use my mysterious key
From
that has a
Christmas?
5% chance of unlocking any lock.
Okay. Roll 1d20. On a 20, the lock opens.
Okay. I forgot to get my dice out. Hang on. Okay. I've been itching for
Sildar.
a time to use this dice. Or this.
Oh, perfect. Sildar, we'll get to you investigating the battle axe after this roll.
Okay.
Come on, dice. Get out. I'm always so busy setting the stream up that I always forget to get my dice out. Okay. Here we go. That is a 7.
The door remains shut.
Okay.
Sildar, roll an investigation check for me.
3.
It's pretty beaten up. Yeah. Big old metal battle axe.
I
Hey,
see what Sildar is trying to do, so I try to go take the axe out of the hand to give it to him.
Okay, I thought Helen, had you removed the axe already?
I'm currently
Oh,
holding
shit,
the axe.
Okay,
Alan's holding.
so
Never
hop
mind.
closer inspection, it's not an axe. It is a large, ornate key.
I will go and attempt to jam it into the keyhole.
It is a perfect fit. Dang your passive perception. As the door here clicks and opens up, revealing the next room.
Just wait until I finish leveling up. My passive perception will be 26 after this level.
Whew! Would the party like to proceed into the next room?
There's nothing keeping me in here.
Yes, I believe we shall proceed.
Okay, this room's going to take a little bit of explanation for you guys.
Oh my.
You come in here at the top. So
Shadow
this
Trail.
room, it's tall and circular with lush moss and foliage sticking out of the stone walls. The floor is grassy. In the middle, there is a clear, colorful ring of grass surrounding a violet circle. So this big mushroomy thing is a big circular area of violet purple grass. On the opposite side of the room, over here, is a massive steel door. In fact, let me adjust the size of this just a little bit to try to bring home the size. It is huge, very, very thick. A bright light washes over you, and you find that all of your equipment has vanished.
Oh dear.
Problem.
Including our clothing.
You are still fully clothed, but all armor and all weapons and all rings, all magical items, gone.
Do I have clothes? I think you
Yes.
just said this. Yes. Okay, I have
Yes.
clothes.
Artemisia still has.
Okay.
So what happened to the bow of curiosity?
What happened to the what?
The bow of Grace Drain.
Gone. Vanished.
So my ring is gone as well.
Yes.
Vanished, yes.
And the
I'm going
effects
to
gone.
investigate.
Yep, no effects currently.
I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just going to get closer and look.
Okay.
I'm also going to turn on my magic sight.
Okay, Helen, there is magic in the entire violet area. There's both abjuration magic and transmutation magic. Matthias, roll an investigation check.
Coming right up.
I will assist him in this.
Okay. Oh. Yes.
And I will give you guidance.
Okay. Okay. That is a 17 plus 4 plus 1, which should be a 22.
22. Okay. It does seem that this ring of circular violet grass magically it seems magical. I know it's not represented here in this picture, but it's almost a perfect circle.
Okay. I'm going to... Oh, any more information? Sorry.
Just a quick question. Are you stepping into the ring? Are you staying out of the ring? How specifically are you moving?
I'm going to pluck some grass out from the ground and throw it into the circle.
Okay. You throw it into the circle. It lands in the circle. No obvious
visible
effect.
differences. I'm going to go back and try to find a rock close to the stone wall and do the same thing.
Okay.
Except this time,
easy enough.
I'm going to throw it into the center of the circle.
Okay, easy enough. Rock lands in the center of the circle. No obvious immediate effect.
Okay.
Very well.
I'm going to go around to the other side without walking through the circle and investigate the door.
And I will go
Okay.
with Matthias in this case.
Okay.
Also assisting and giving you guidance.
Okay. Walking around the circle, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. There's so you don't need to roll for the investigation check on the door. It's a very, very large steel door. In fact, the keyhole is about keyhole's about 2 feet by 1 foot. It's huge.
But there is a keyhole.
There is a keyhole.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I try to open it?
You may try.
Okay.
Ruin
That is
his-
an
all
8.
his-
Oh, unfortunately, nothing.
Okay, all right.
Does anyone have thieves' tools? Because I am proficient in lockpicking.
I think I
Now
might.
that I'm rogue.
I think you'd need giant thieves' tools for the giant lock.
No, actually, you could
Helen-
give them to me and I could walk inside the keyhole and lock it.
True.
Helen, with your passive investigation, you do recognize this isn't an actual lock. It's just a keyhole.
Oh,
There's no locking mechanism.
very well.
I'd like to come around as well, not walking through the circle, and see if I can peer through the keyhole.
Pure darkness on the other side of the keyhole. Pitch black.
Can
Pitch
I
black.
crawl through?
Pitch black.
Unfortunately, the shape of the keyhole does not allow you to fit through.
Oh,
Very well.
What if I was a spider?
Yep.
A spider.
Spider.
Figuring
that we have effectively exhausted our options, I am going to step into the circle.
Okay, Helen, I'm going to message you something real quick, and then I will tell everybody else what they see. Okay.
Did we not want to try going through this?
I mean, we didn't really have any other options, and I was going to if Helen didn't.
Fair enough.
Although we probably should have tied a rope around Rill. I mean, not Rill. Holy crap, Helen.
Helen. I do miss playing Rill. She's a fun character.
Yeah. So that we could pull Helen out if need be. Which is what I was going to recommend, but.
Okay.
Considering that I'm currently lack my spellcasting focus, yes. Because I can't cast any spells right now.
Oh.
This is...
Did he
Okay,
step-
there you go, Helen. So what the rest of you see, you see Helen instantly change into a tiny sprite.
Oh. Is Helen like deep in, or can I like reach in and try to like pull her out?
You could try to... Helen, how deep did you go into the ring?
About
Like-
10 feet.
Okay.
Looking around the ring,
it- Helen, or she actually changed into a sprite?
Helen, do you hear us?
can I hear them, Andrew?
Yes, you can.
All right.
Helen, what's happening?
Honestly, I don't think anything significant happened. I believe that the key to opening the door is for us all to enter the ring.
You seem small now.
Yeah, you're tiny. You're a little sprite.
What? I don't see anything like this. I believe
Wait, you're
that you are-
tiny.
I'd like for
You're
you to come closer to
evil.
me.
Very well.
I'm
I
gonna
will come
hold.
closer to Matthias.
I'm gonna hold out my hand and see if he notices how big my hand is compared to him.
That's a good point. How big is his hand?
Matthias just looks like a regular-sized Matthias.
Okay, so I'm gonna put my hand under the pixie in front of me and see what Steven's reaction is, or not Steven, but Helen's reaction is.
What do I see?
You feel Matthias's hand bump into you.
Why are you touching me?
Well, I'm not.
No, you actually are.
I think everybody else in the room would
You
say
poked
otherwise.
me in the boob.
Fantastic.
I'm going to grab him and drag him into the circle.
Oh,
Go in.
Matthias, are you resisting?
Tiny.
Actually, yes, I am resisting.
Okay. Oh boy. So this is going to be. Oh, what is this going to be? This is going to be a contested strength check.
Yeah.
Helen, you're going to be using a different strength because you are different. Let me double check real quick.
Now I have a question. Is he a sprite or is he the size of a sprite?
As far as you can see, Helen is a sprite. Helen, your strength is 3. You get a -4 to this roll.
Got it. But I'm also using guidance on myself.
I got a nat 20.
Check him.
Yeah, that nope.
Well, I mean, Jesus, it's a sprite, and Matthias, as small as you are bigger than a sprite. So,
Okay. Can I since she's like trying to grapple me, can I just like pick her up and like hold her? Since I've won this contested grapple
Reverse
check.
grapple on your neck.
sure, Helen, you are currently grappled by Matthias.
I tell him to pass it over to me. And we
I
can
look
pick out.
very grumpy.
Okay, I'm gonna toss Helen to Brielle to see if this clicks. That
And I'm gonna catch her.
okay.
How are you tossing her?
Underhanded,
In what
gently.
direction? Okay.
Out of the
As you
ring?
try to pull your hand back to yourself, Matthias, it will not budge past the ring of violet grass. You
Oh,
cannot move Helen past the edge of that ring.
Oh,
Dang it.
Oh.
okay. Helen, it seems like you are stuck in this circle.
Dang it, we can't play catch with you.
Yes, I am. Yes, you can't join me in this circle.
Yep, I'll let Helen go.
Please let me go.
Artemiles is happy for an adventure, and he'll walk in to follow Helen.
Okay, Artemiles, I'm going to send you some. Oh, well, you are. Let's see. Do you get messages on the phone?
Yes,
Okay.
just text me or messenger me.
Okay. Discord work?
Probably.
Okay.
That's what I have to call up on, but
Okay. So let's go
I
here.
am going to message you, Matthias, in your mind and
Okay.
tell you. I believe that the key to getting everyone out of this room is for everyone to join us in this. I believe it's similar to the staircase or some of the other puzzles that we've been through. And until everyone enters the circle, we will not be able to proceed.
All
I'm
right.
going to walk over to Sildar and push him in.
Sildar, are you resisting?
Yes.
Okay. Opposed strength checks. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Am I roll? What am I rolling for? Just strength.
Yep,
just
straight
general-
strength.
Just straight strength.
Pull up my character.
Well, I guess it would be athletics, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Strength athletics.
That's fine.
Athletics.
everyone stop
That's a black
molesting
man.
Helen
Thank you.
and come do this. It's really cool.
1!
Ooh,
A natural 1.
it's like
Oh,
pushing a mountain. He is
Slip
not
past him
budging.
and fall in herself.
Huh?
She's got a nat 1. She should follow in herself for sure.
No!
Or you could just like
I
use
have
the
to.
momentum and throw her in.
In
You
fact,
know.
Sildar, what do you roll?
Sorry, 1 second. That was for athletics.
Oh, I use strength.
15.
50. Okay. Yes. Not Helen. Brielle, make a dexterity saving throw.
Should have been me.
11.
A little bit too low for this one, unfortunately. Sildar steps out of the way, uses your momentum to kind of give you a push. I'm going to send you a little message on Discord.
Can he look at it, or does he have to close his eyes?
Ideally, he shouldn't look at it. Just you for now.
And
Does she become a sprite too? She shrinks.
She does. Yep. Both Artemiles and Brielle have now become sprites.
Now Matthias is still not in the circle.
that is correct.
Matthias, I'm really thinking that I
Okay.
should try before we commit to this.
All
I
right.
should try the spider thing.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you there. Go for
I
it.
think that's a complete waste of time.
Can I hear her?
Yes.
Complete waste of time.
Well, seeing as you hate me, I'm not too inclined to trust you.
Well, you trust Helen and you trust Artemilis, right?
But he also trusts me, and I trust Sildar. So, Sildar should become a spider and go down the keyhole.
I just think before we full commit, like it's good to cover our bases. Andrew, can I become a spider and go?
Yes, you may. You may become a spider. I don't know if I have a. Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Little spider Sildar. Let's give this.
Little spiders.
For whatever reason, it's not opening up the dialogue box to let me give you control. But I'm going to assume you're going to crawl through the lock, right?
Correct. I'm going to
Okay.
crawl through. Yeah, crawl
You're
through.
so an idiot.
You crawl through the keyhole. There's another room on the other side. All of your stuff is piled up in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Get big and use. Sorry, I'm not.
Can I? I don't want to use my wild shape too many times. Well, this is the last room.
Read my mind.
I could I could probably get up on the other side. Does the outside seem any like the other side of the door seem usable? Like I could open it.
No.
So there's only a way for me to get through. No one.
Yes.
Okay. So I will walk back and I'll tell everybody what I saw.
Okay.
And I'll transform back into Sildar. I don't see a reason for me to be a spider anymore. So I saw all our stuff was on the other side of that. So considering I can get through, but nobody else can get through, I agree with what Helen has been saying in that I think we all need to become small.
All right, I think that's fair enough.
Somehow, when we all become small, we might be able to fit through.
Okay. And I'm assuming Ichabod is going to step into the circle as well.
Cameron can't move Sildar.
I can't control
To
Sildar.
put his shoe in to see if it gets larger since everyone else.
Keep losing this.
So as everyone walks into the circle and becomes sprites, you do find as you enter the circle, nothing that you were holding can leave the circle. No part of you can leave the circle. But as the last one of you enters the circle, the ring expands to encompass all of the grass in the entire room. The entire room is now violet.
Very well.
I will walk
I
up
will
to the
attempt to go
keyhole.
through the keyhole.
Yes.
Okay. You are all the perfect size to fit right through that keyhole.
Perfect.
Perfect. Let's go through.
Okay, perfect. So you're all going to go through the keyhole?
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
All of your stuff is on the other side of the keyhole. All your equipment.
Are we back to normal size?
You are back to normal size.
What's that?
Very well. I will pick up all of my gear.
Okay, and let me describe the room that you have just entered. So, you enter a small room that is pitch black except for a small shaft of light coming through a small trapdoor set in front of this large iron door. You see all of your equipment lying in a pile in front of you right up here. An intricate dragon statue stands just in front of the door, staring you down.
Is it magical?
It is. And as you pick up your stuff, the dragon statue begins to speak, saying, "Who dares disturb my slumber? I am Seagrams the Iron Dragon, and I decide who may pass. I only allow those who tell me their truest, deepest, and darkest desire to pass through."
Oh crap!
I come and I bow before the giant statue.
I roll my eyes.
I bow before him and become very dramatic and say, "Please, we have just come to gather our. Please have pity."
That's not your deepest, darkest desire.
Yeah, loser.
I will.
Trying to just.
I'm gonna say I want to make others happy.
The dragon statue opens his mouth saying, "The way remains shut."
I will come up to the dragon statue and say, I am Helen, and I seek vengeance.
The dragon statue responds, "The way remains shut."
Um,
Deepest, darkest desires. What's my darkest desire? I wish to
Truest-
murder.
I wish.
I walk up and I say, I wish to become my best self. And I say it in Draconic.
The way remains shut.
I'm gonna say I wish for you to move.
The statue cocks its head, nods. This answer is acceptable. As he sinks down into the ground. Technically, the answer was, "I want to get through the door." But with where he was standing, that works.
That was
That's
amazing.
funny.
That's
That's
amazing.
so great.
That brings you into the door opens, which brings you into the inner sanctum, a room which I have not created yet. And after I read you the description, we are going to end for the night because what's coming up next is going to take a bit longer than we have time for. Okay.
Myself into the
You
void.
walk through one more foyer. The last orb has lit in a soft white color. So there's the spring orb with the soft green, the summer with the yellow, the fall with the orange red, and now the winter with the white blue. Walking through this last foyer, you enter the inner sanctum, a massive room around 100 feet by 100 feet. Very, very large room. Detailed statues. There are, in effect, almost a plus sign. On each of these paths coming from each direction, there are a series of, I believe, four statues, yes. So four dragon statues leading up to the central panorama. In the panorama, there's a dragon statue on each corner of the central panorama. The order of the dragons leading up is the same regardless of the direction that you approach from. There is on one side a black, a white, a blue, and a green dragon statue. On the other side, there is a copper, a silver, a bronze, and a brass dragon statue. The middle, again, a huge panorama depicting dragons in various acts, some unleashing powerful breath weapons, some soaring through the air, some locked in combat with each other. Rising above the central panorama is a platform holding a large crystal that is shining with magical energies. Above the crystal sits a giant map of the continent of Voyan, the continent that you are currently on, with 7 pulsing lights. A large one pulsing in the Wolf's Teeth, one pulsing in the Oakheart Thicket, exactly where you are, and several others pulsing in various nations. A tall, familiar figure clothed in black robes stands with his back to you, facing the map and performing some sort of ritual.
No.
You can see glowing runes inscribed in a circle just to the south of the panorama, and as the figure continues chanting, the runes grow brighter and brighter.
No.
Is it that one dude?
Is it Tenebris?
It is Tenebris from
No.
the village.
No.
Oh, we're so screwed.
And that's where we're going to end for today.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what happens. Actually, it won't be next week. Steven will be out of the country next week, and I will be on the East Coast. So I think we'll be taking a 2-week break. to give Steven time to get back and to give me time to get back. So 3 weeks from today, not to leave you on a suspenseful note or anything, 3 weeks from today, rejoin us to find out exactly what's going to happen within this inner sanctum. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We're glad you were able to watch, and we will see you guys in 3 weeks' time.
Bye-bye.
Boy.
It's gonna be nuts.